Everyone, here we are with order of operations. We're just going to do a few examples so you can have those in your notes to look back on. So with order of operations, you want to remember we're going to use GEMS, which is the same as PEMDAS, but I just prefer GEMS. So the G stands for groupings, E is exponents, M is multiplication and division, going from left to right, and S is for subtraction and addition, also going from left to right. So whichever one gets in line first goes first in those two cases, okay? So we just have some expressions that we're going to solve. And now the first thing I see is a grouping. These are absolute value, which just means how far away a number is from zero. So let's refresh our memory. If we have a number line, and here's 0, the number 7 and the number -7 are both 7 away from 0. Just one's in the direction right and one is in the left. So absolute value is how far something is from 0. So it's always going to be the positive amount, okay? So we're going to just go ahead and solve that first since that's our first grouping. So we have 8, -6 will come out as a 6 plus 3. Now we are going to do addition, subtraction, whichever gets in line first goes first. So we're going to subtract the two of these, and we will have 2 plus 3, and our answer then is 5. Okay, for number 2, again, I'm looking for groupings, and I see a grouping right here, so that's what I'm going to do first. So everything else, I'm just going to go ahead and bring it right down. 56 divided by 7 is 8. Now I see next I have exponents, and we have an exponent here. So we have 1 plus, remember 2 to the 4th power is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So you multiply the base this many times. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 2 is 16. So that's 16 divided by 8. Now we're going to do division. Comes before addition, subtraction. So we have 1 plus 6 divided by 8 is 2, and 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, for number 3, we have several groupings. So we have our parentheses and we have brackets. You always work from the inside out. So this is what we're going to do first right here. Just going to highlight that for you. So this is step number 1. So I will say 2. I'm going to bring these brackets down as parentheses because I don't like drawing the brackets as much. 5/4 divided by, and 11 minus 8 is 3, and that's to the power of 2. And then I'll go ahead and bring this bracket down. I'm just going to bring it down as a parenthesis, minus 3. All right, so inside the parentheses, the power is going to come before the division. So I'll just write down the 45 divided by 3 to the 2nd power is 3 times 3. So that's 9 minus 3. Now I'm going to go ahead and do 45 divided by 9. So I have 2. And since I'm going to take the parentheses away, I'm going to put a dot for multiplication. I could have left it in parentheses because remember that also means multiplication. So 45 divided by 9 is 5 minus 3. Then multiplication is our next step. So that will be 10 minus 3. And 10 minus 3 is 7. All right. Now remember, these are all expressions. So when we solve them, you'll notice they come down like a V. I always think of it like an ice cream cone, okay? They get from wider to smaller as we solve them. Okay, so number 4, groupings first. We've got a lot of groupings. This is a grouping. The fraction bar is actually a grouping also. but all of this is above the fraction bar, so all of this is also grouped together. So we're going to start right here with this grouping. That will be the first thing we'll do. So 4 minus 13, we have more negatives than positives, and it looks like we have 9 more negatives. So negative 9, and all of this is in parentheses. I'm going to keep that in parentheses to remind us that the whole thing needs to be multiplied by 2. It's not just the 9 being multiplied by 2. Minus 6. And even though this is not a grouping in itself, it's on the bottom, it doesn't affect anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and solve this right now too. So 25 divided by 5 is 5 minus, and this is a grouping, so the absolute value of negative 2 is 2. So over here, we now have negative 9 times negative 9, which is 81, minus 6 all over 5 minus 2. And 81 divided by 6 is 85 over 5 minus 2. I wrote kind of big, so I'll finish it up here. So 85 divided by 5. 5 goes into 8 one time. And we have 3 left over, so that's, there's 35. So 35 divided by 5 is 7 minus 2. And then 17 minus 2 is 15. There you go.